Set in the commentary box. Good afternoon, fellas.
Well, good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon, everybody. And I'm sure everybody is anticipating what could be one of the best finals ever. This young man, Trump, has just lit the Crucible Theatre up on many occasions this week. John Higgins, has to be said, didn't play at his best yesterday, but he's still in the game at 10-7. And we know what a batter John Higgins is. And, John, it'd be interesting to see. I think the first mini-session of 4 is really important.
Very much so. And if Judd can not lose it, even 2-2 is a good scoreline. But you'd expect John Higgins, with his tenacity and determination, to come out today and be a different player.
As you can see, just coming up to 5 hours of play. And what wonderful play we've had, especially from Judd. I mentioned earlier that Higgins has not played at his best, but I think that's largely due to the fact that Judd's virtually frightening. You just daren't leave a long pot on for this young man. There you see his pot success at 92, and Higgins is down at 88, which, in fairness, considering he's won 7 frames, is not too bad. You'd expect Trump to have a better long pot success rate than John Higgins. But this is next stat, the safety success, is something that's quite shocking. I thought Higgins might have a better safety success than that, John.
Yeah, but what it also shows is that Judd Trump, for most part, is matching him. That was the one question we had before he played in this final. Could he, well, if not match John Higgins, that's difficult because he's a master at it, but at least be competent, and he certainly proved that.
Well, that'll help. The fluke, and he's not nicely on a colour, even though he is on the brown. This is a pressure brown now, because he's bound to leave the red should he miss it.
This is a big shot to take on so early. Wouldn't want to be missing this one and giving Judd an easy chance, but this is very missable, this brown.
Brown ball.
Yes, I definitely think he has to stamp his authority on the game. He hasn't done that yet. Oh, it's very, very hard shots, those into the middle, as the middles are tough from that angle.
John Higgins, 5.
The only thing that concerns me about John Higgins is he keeps playing a lot of shot tenor things as he did there. Now, a confident John Higgins would have just potted that red in the top pocket and probably stayed on the blue. Good safety from Judd. Don't think he can get through to the red on the pocket there. You can see, you can't see the one right over the pocket. Unlike John Higgins to kiss a ball colour, but I don't think he can get through to the one on the pocket again, so no damage done.
Yes, if Judd can get that cue ball somewhere around the green, mightn't be a bad shot here, because there won't be much to hit once this red's taken out the equation. A little bit narrow there, could have done with it slightly further over. He can just snick that red past the pink.
A lot of celebrities in the audience today watching this wonderful match. Hugh Edwards with his son there, Sonny, watching the game. Big supporter of snooker. And there's Shane from Westlife, a big pal of Ken Doherty's. There's no seats in the house, so we've got Tim Healy in the other commentary box. Just not a seat in the house, so we've actually sneaked Tim into the commentary box next door to us and having a little listen there. First real chance, and now we're queued across that one.
Okay.
And if any Egghead supporters are in town, a regular supporter, CJ Demouy, great snooker fan, and knows more about snooker than you, John, which is not difficult.
One.
Yeah, just hit across that one. And this is well, not a brilliant chance, but one you feel John Higgins has got to score off if he's going to get back into this match. Needs to apply a bit of pressure, and he's only going to do that if he starts winning frames in one visit.
8.
Highest break yesterday for John Higgins was 60, which is very unusual. Yeah, highest break 64 actually.
Yeah, that was in the first session, John. So
9.
in the second session it was 60, but in the first session he did make a 64, which is just not good enough at this level.
Well, it's just really unusual for someone of John's ability, that's for sure. And there's nothing better than changing that scoreline quickly in one visit.
$11. 12.
It's very difficult to get on the black
70.
on the left-hand side, so he'll be playing for the pink this time. There's still enough reds that will pot in the left-hand corner, but as you can see there, he needs to get a
18.
gap. So he needs to just stun in between the two reds if he can.
$24. 25.
Next red, quite difficult really. I don't know whether you can just stun up into the red that's just above the black there, and that will leave those two reds. You'd probably play a kiss if you can. Yeah, it's got the kiss nicely. So slowly but surely he's developing these into a chance to win the frame at one visit.
32.
Needs to be high in the pink so he can play that same stun shot. He is high.
Yes, and already in this break keeps moving the odd red away, and the path is opening up now for other reds. And this is more like John Higgins. Certainly didn't score yesterday.
39.
I think he was more than a little disappointed with his own level of performance.
40.
But good night's sleep. Back the next day. And a good start.
This is not the
46.
best angle for John for the next colour. I don't think he can get round the back of the black to put the black in the same pocket. So he's putting topspin on, playing for the pink off one or two cushions. Now this could go wrong.
47.
Yes, he wasn't bound to get a good angle on either colour there, but he's just about okay. Can still run through for the blue.
Yes, those three reds to the left of the black couldn't be more awkward.
52.
None of those are potted at the moment, and difficult as they stand to get into them, so still work to be done yet.
53.
Well, he's overhit that by a couple of inches now. That okay, he can still pot the pink in the middle and screw back for the red that's loose. Now, is it time to risk for a little cannon? He's 64 in front, so only needs the red, so he doesn't have 59. To play the cannon on the 3 reds.
I think he will, though. I'd probably play a cannon on the middle of the 3. And if you're not, you can more or less guarantee you'd be on the pink doing it that way. You've got to pop the red.
John Higgins.
Oh, can you believe
59.
it? That's frame ball. And did he concentrate too much on the kiss? Wow, that if Judd needed a little bit of confidence, that one shot would make him brim with confidence. Very unlike John Higgins to miss frame ball.
Don't quite know from here. Think the black's going to pot. If it does, it makes the break a little easier for Judd. Well, the way he's played that suggests it does.
1.
No, it doesn't have the best angle. Maybe forced into moving the red off the cushion near the middle pocket. I don't think he can hold for the bottom red of the 2. There you see that gap there he wants to get on, where he's got a perfect angle to move the red off the cushion if he wants.
Yeah, that opening shot was one you had to be high on the black off. Didn't quite have enough side on that.
This could, funny enough, could turn out in his favour if he gets the kiss right. Stick cuts, but cue ball would be going perilously close to the right-hand corner pocket. So it's going to be tricky, this one.
Well, he missed that by a long way. There was no way that was ever thin enough. And a couple of worrying signs, I would think, Willie. The red with the rest early on, and that one a bit thick.
I suppose he's a little bit unlucky, John, having played the cannon, that the cue ball stayed tight on the cushion, but I agree with you. He's not really shown John that he's going to carry on knocking them in off the lampshade as he had done in the first 2 sessions.
Three.
Judd's now going to decide whether he feels he's got a chance in this frame, looking at the scoreboard. And decided to concede, so John Higgins largely due to that 59 break. Had needed a couple of chances though, eventually got over the line and closes the gap to 10-8.
And we have decanted across here to the Winter Gardens, which has been our home for the last 17 days. A very pleasant place to be, it is, I must say. We've got all the general public in here watching both the final and, of course, watching us do our business here. Gentlemen, in terms of John Higgins' perspective today, how important is session 3 for him?
Well, I think it's important to get off to a good start in it, and he's done what he had to do, win the first frame. A mistake safety-wise from him, but then a bigger mistake by Judd Trump. And you know, interestingly, the first frame of any session can be the shape of things to come for the rest of it.
Kenny, how do you feel his game looks this afternoon in comparison to a very tired Higgins last night?
Yeah, he looked very jaded last night, but I think we're all expecting John Higgins to make a charge at some time in his final, but he must start very soon.